That's the second time I've been able to sneak up on the legendary Solid Snake. So Snake, how are the negotiations going?
Somebody's got to stop them from launching a nuclear missile. Metal Gear is in an underground maintenance base to the north.
Take me too. I know this place better than you do.
You'll just slow me down. You don't have enough battle experience.
I won't slow you down, I promise.
And what if you do?
Then you can shoot me.
I don't like to waste bullets.
Got it. I'll be careful. If we're gonna go to the north, we'll have to go through the commander's room on this floor. The door to the commander's room is security level 5. This card will open it. Come on, Mr. Foxhound. The commander is waiting. Snake. I warn you.
Who's that?
Now, I will show you why I am the most powerful practitioner of psychokinesis and telepathy in the world. I can read you like an open book. The demonstration is over.
Hello and welcome back to Shattered Ice Plays Metal Gear Solid, the board game. And today we are fighting PsychoMantis. So let's take a quick look at PsychoMantis' card. So you can see here, he has this ability. It's useless, I told you. Each time Mantis is attacked, move the boss marker down one step on the psychokinesis track, then reveal the top card of the boss deck and resolve the reaction. Then return the card to the bottom of the deck. Okay, so that's interesting that it's each time Mantis is attacked. Not each time he's dealt damage, it's whenever he's attacked. So whether you hit him or not, he moves the boss marker down one step on the psychokinesis track, and then you do the reaction. Levitation. Mantis can move through the yellow dashed lines and leapfrog over players. If Mantis would be unable to move the full number of spaces in the indicated direction, he instead moves one fewer space in the opposite direction. If no players are in his line of sight at the end of his turn, turn him to the right until a player is in his line of sight. The psychokinesis track. The text next to the boss marker is the active effect. When instructed to move the marker down, and it is on the bottom space, move it onto the top space instead. Okay, so when it's on this top space, this blue one, players must be in the same column as Mantis to attack him. The yellow one, once per turn when a player rolls an alert symbol, they must attack the other player with a black die. If there is no other player, they attack themselves. Okay, and orange, players must be in the same row as Mantis to attack him. And then red, players cannot use focus tokens or perform focus actions. So he has a few variable abilities there that will cause us some grief, no doubt. So we'll place the marker on the blue one to begin. So we have Snake is armed with his pistol, his brand new assault rifle, and a set of rations. And Meryl has her assault rifle, the Nikita launcher, and the medicine. We are going to begin with Snake, and he is going to attack Mantis. He's going to attack with his pistol first. So let's roll our die, and we roll a 3. Let's see what we need to hit Mantis. Oh. Well, would you look at that? His defense is 12. So we can't actually hurt him. Oh, well, that's a problem. Let's see what the Colonel has to say about that.
He's using his psychic ability to read your controller's moves. That's how he's evading your attack. I've got it. Use the controller port. Plug your controller into controller port 2. If you do that, he won't be able to read your mind.
But Colonel, this is a board game.
There are no controller ports.
You've got to do something so he can't read your moves. Think. There must be some way.
Okay, so we didn't get any help from the Colonel, and as we have attacked him, we have to draw a card and resolve the reaction. So let's see what he does. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not going to tell you right now how to solve this problem with Mantis having a defense of 12, because there's a little puzzle involved in this, and it's a lot of fun to solve yourself. So I don't want to spoil that for you. What I'm going to do is just treat Mantis's defense as being the same as his VR stage defense, which is 4. However, I do feel obliged for those of you who maybe aren't going to buy this game but are enjoying these playthroughs to show you how to solve this. So right at the end of the video, I'm going to put a great big spoiler warning, and then I'm going to explain how to do this. And when I say at the end of the video, I mean like after, you know, after credits have rolled. We're talking right at the end. So Snake has spent 1 action with his pistol. Now he's going to spend his 2nd action with his assault rifle. Oh, and of course, this token moves down 1. So once per turn, when a player rolls an alert symbol, they must attack the other player with a black die. Okay, so we're 4 and a 2, and we can use Snake's +2 token to turn that into a 4, and so we get 2 hits on Mantis, and Mantis has 30 health in a 2-player game. And of course we have attacked him, so we draw one of his reaction cards. Okay, so attack the nearest player sharing the same row or column as Mantis, so he will counterattack against Snake. And he rolls a 3, so Snake would take 1 damage, but we are going to use Snake's -2 focus token to turn that into a 1. And so Snake doesn't take any damage. And then that card goes to the bottom of Mantis's deck. And of course this moves down again, so players must now be in the same row as Mantis to attack him. And Snake has used 2 actions, so what he's going to do is spend his last 2 actions to refresh his +2 and refresh his -2. And that's Snake done. Now it's Meryl's turn. So Meryl is going to dash, dash, and then she will fire the Nikita. She'll place the missile. Of course, there's no way this can miss, so don't need to roll those. But yeah, so it hits him, and the Nikita rolls 3 dice, but we are going to use Meryl's +1 white die token to add an extra die to that. Oh, and that's a very good roll. We get a 6, 2 5s, and a 2. So we'll use Meryl's +2 to change that into a 4, which means we get 3 standard hits, and because we rolled a 6, her I'm No Rookie ability means that does 1 extra damage. And his token moves down 1, so players cannot use focus tokens or perform focus actions, and then we resolve one of Mantis's reactions. The attacker must re-roll all dice used to attack. If an exclamation is rolled, deal 1 damage to another player, if able. Otherwise take 1 damage instead. Focus tokens cannot be used. And then we'll re-roll these. So unfortunately, this die doesn't hit this time, but otherwise we get almost the exact same results. So instead of doing 5 damage, it does 4. So Mantis is in a total of 6 damage. And then Meryl is going to shoot at him with her assault rifle. She gets a 6 and a 3. So unfortunately she only does 1 damage. And this token moves down. And then we draw a reaction card. Mind Burn. If Mantis was dealt 2+ damage, attack the nearest player. Well, thankfully he wasn't. So he doesn't do anything. So it's Mantis's turn. So he moves 3. So because Mantis is supposed to move 3 towards the back of the board, there is only 2 spaces. So instead he will move towards Snake 2 spaces. So he goes 1, 2. And then Deadly Decor. Attack all players who do not share a column with another player or Mantis. So that means Meryl is going to get attacked. And with a 3, that would be enough to do Meryl a damage, but she's going to use her -1 focus token. And then we are back onto Snake's turn. Fortunately, Snake is in the same corner as Mantis, and Mantis has put him in an ideal position to allow us to do a hand-to-hand attack against him, which will give us 3 dice. Well, it does cost us 2 actions, but we're going to go for it. Okay, 5, 6, and a 2. So thankfully we refreshed Snake's +2 token, so we're going to use his +2 token again to turn that into a 4, and we deal 3 damage to him, putting Mantis on 10 damage. And then we move this token down by 1. And then we draw a reaction for Mantis. So the attacker must flip 2 of their focus tokens to the inactive side. Ooh, if they cannot deal 1 damage to them. Okay, so we'll flip his free sneak token and his -2 token to their inactive side. And then Snake is going to attack him again, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. So Snake will do another hand-to-hand. Okay, and this time we get 2 4s and a 2. Unfortunately, our +2 focus token has been used, so we can't do anything about that, but we still do 2 damage to him. Thankfully, we didn't roll any alert symbols. So we move this token down 1, so we have to be in the same row as Mantis to attack him now. And then we draw his reaction. Mind Blast. Attack the nearest player that is at least 5 spaces away. Well, neither player is 5 spaces away, so that doesn't do anything. We go on to Meryl's turn. So the first thing Meryl will do is spend 2 actions to refresh her +1 white die token. Then she needs to be in the same row as him to attack him. So she's going to spend her second action to dash. Then her third action she will use to refresh her +2 focus token. Then she's going to spend her fourth action to shoot at Mantis with her assault rifle, and she will use her +1 white die focus token, so she now gets to roll 3 dice. Ooh, and we roll the alert symbol, which unfortunately there's nothing Meryl can do about that, but she can use her +2 focus token to turn that 3 into a 5, which means she does 2 damage to Mantis, putting on 14 damage. And then the counter moves down, so we can't use the focus action or focus tokens. And then Mantis's reaction. Attack the nearest player sharing the same row or column as Mantis. So that's going to be Snake. Out with a 3. That is enough to damage him, so Snake takes 1 damage. And then it is PsychoMantis' actual turn. So he's going to move 2 to the right. Goes 1, 2, and then he turns to face. Oh, he only turns if no players are in his line of sight, so Snake's in his line of sight here, so he won't actually turn. Shooting statues. If Mantis is on an even-numbered row, attack all players on odd-numbered rows, and vice versa. So that means Snake will be attacked by these shooting statues. And with a 4, there is nothing Snake can do to avoid that. So Snake is now on 2 damage. And then we are back onto Snake and Meryl's turn. So Snake is going to go first, and he is going to attack Mantis using his assault rifle. Oh wow, 2 6s, so That is a very nice result. I should have got behind him, really, actually, shouldn't I? Could have gone dash, dash, and shot him in the back. But with 2 6s, that's another 2 damage on Mantis, putting him on 16 damage. So we draw Mantis's reaction card, and we move the token to the blue space. So he must now be in the column, the same column as him to attack. And his reaction, if Mantis was dealt 2+ damage, attack the nearest player. So he's going to attack Snake. On a 6, that's another hit on Snake. That's 3 damage on Snake. Snake is badly injured now, so we're going to spend his second action to eat his rations and heal him down to 1 damage. Okay, and Snake's then got 2 actions remaining, so he's going to refresh his -2, and then he is going to dash to here. And then it is Meryl's turn, so she must be in the same column as Mantis to attack him. So Meryl's actually not going to attack him. She's going to spend 2 actions to refresh her +1 white die, and then 1 action to refresh her +or -1, and 1 action to refresh her +2. And then we go on to Mantis's turn. So Mantis moves 3 this way, 1, 2, 3, and then Deadly Decor. Attack all players who do not share a column with another player or Mantis. Okay, so we're back round to that one. Which unfortunately means both Snake, who takes 1 damage, and Meryl, who also takes 1 damage, are hit by that attack. Okay, and then it's back to Snake and Meryl's turn. So, Meryl is going to go first, and she is going to fire one of her Nikita missiles at him. So she's going to place the token here, and then we roll for its range. So we get a 4 and a 2. So that's quite good. We can use Meryl's +1 focus token to make that go 1, 2, 3. I don't think it would explode against those. And now it does say players can't move through these, but it's not a player, it's Meryl's missile. And it does say you can shoot through them. So that was turned into a 3, and then the 4, so it's going to hit Mantis. And Meryl will use her +1 white die, and of course it's attacking him from the column. Okay, so we get a 6, a 5, a 2, and unfortunately an alert marker. We're going to use our +2 focus token though, to turn that into a 4, which means with the 6, we do 4 damage to him, putting Mantis on a total of 20 damage. And then we move that token down, and we draw a reaction card. The attacker must flip 2 of their focus tokens to the inactive side if they cannot deal 1 damage to them. That's unfortunate. Meryl can't actually do that, so she takes 1 damage, and she's now on 2 damage. She's going to use her +1 free action token. She's going to spend 1 action to shoot at Mantis with her assault rifle. So fortunately we rolled that 6, which does 2 damage to Mantis, but we also rolled an alert symbol, which means she attacks Snake with 1 black die. And we get a 1. And then because she rolled a 6, she does 2 damage to Mantis, putting him on 22 damage. We move that token down 1, and then we draw a reaction card for him. Attack the nearest player that is at least 5 spaces away. So that's going to be Meryl. So Mantis attacks Meryl with a 6. That is a hit, putting Meryl on 3 damage. But fortunately for Meryl, she still has 3 actions left, and now she's going to spend... Well, she's not going to spend an action, because with the medicine it says, use any time during your turn to refresh all your focus tokens, then discard this card. So it doesn't cost us an action to use this. So she gets all of her focus tokens back, including the +1 action. And then we are going to try and get him with another Nikita missile, which unfortunately we need to hit him from the same row this time. So we're hoping for a good roll. So we're going to put the missile there, and hopefully we can make that into a 3. So we get 2 1s, which means the missile, we can use our +2 to turn that into a 3. So the missile goes 1, 2, 3, and then we can move it 1 that way. But unfortunately we're going to have to spend another action to operate the missile again. Now we fired the missile, but until this hits Mantis, it's not an attack against him, I don't think. So I don't believe he would draw a reaction card or anything at this point. Right, so of course 5 is more than enough. The missile flies into him, and we're going to use Meryl's +1 white die to roll 4 dice against him. So we get 2 6s, a 4, and a 2. So unfortunately we can't make this into a hit because we've already used her +2. But we do get +1 for that, so it's 4 damage, putting him on 26 damage. This token moves down 1, so we can't use focus tokens anymore. And we draw a reaction for him. Attack the nearest player showing the same row or column. Oh, where's Mantis? Well, neither of them are, so that doesn't do anything. So she only has 2 shots left with her assault rifle. So she's just going to use that. So she fires with her assault rifle. That's terrible, that does nothing. Mantis' token moves, and we draw a card. Deja vu. The attacker must re-roll all dice used to attack. If an alert rolled, his roll deal... Oh, okay. That's actually quite good for us. That basically just gave us a re-roll. So we have to re-roll those 2 dice. And we don't roll an alert this time. And in fact, this time we roll a 3 and a 2. And we can use Meryl's +1 token to turn that 3 into a 4 and deal 1 damage to him. So she is going to use her last action to refresh her +1 focus token. And then it is Mantis' turn. This could be quite bad for us. Okay, so Mantis moves 3 this way, but he can't do that, so instead he will move 2 this way. And then he attacks all players within 5 spaces. Ooh, so that's both of them. Okay, so against Snake, he rolls a 3. And Snake is going to use his -2 focus token to turn that into a 1, and therefore a miss. And then against Meryl, he also rolls a 3, and thankfully Meryl refreshed that -1, so she can turn that into a miss. That was close. That could have been the end there. Okay, and then we're back to Snake and Meryl's turn. So we need to be in the same column as Mantis to attack him. And he has got 27 damage on him. So we only need to do 3 damage to finish him off. We're going to start with Meryl this time. And she's going to use all 4 of her actions to refresh her +1 white die token, her +1 or -1 token, and her +2 token. Then it's going to be Snake's turn. Now, Meryl's ability, I Can Still Help, allows any player within 2 spaces of her to use her focus tokens. Now, Snake is 3 spaces away, so Snake is going to sneak 1 space to there. So he's now within range 2 of Meryl, and he can use her focus tokens. Then he's going to use Meryl's +1 white die focus token to give himself a 3rd white die. And he is going to attack Mantis. Okay, he gets him with a 6 and a 4, but also rolls an alert symbol. So he's going to use his reroll focus token
able to read the future.
A strong man doesn't need to read the future. He makes his own.
Perhaps so, but I'll read your future. To get to Metal Gear's underground maintenance base, you have to go through that hidden door. There's a hidden door behind the bookcase.
Why are you telling me this?
I can read people's minds. In my lifetime, I have read the pasts, presents, and futures of thousands upon thousands of men and women.
Oh, gross.
And each mind that I peered into was stuffed with the same single object of obsession. That selfish and atavistic desire to pass on one seed. It was enough to make me sick. But you are different. You're the same as us. We're fated to bring each other nothing but pain and misery.
You monster.
Let him talk. He doesn't have much time left.
Compared to you, I'm not so bad. I have a last request.
What is it?
My mask. Put it back on.
Okay.
Like this, other people's thoughts force their way into my mind. Before I die, I want to be by myself. I want to be left alone in my own world. I'll open the door for you. If you want to find your future, go through that door. This is the first time I've ever used my power to help someone. It's strange. It feels kind of nice.
Come on. Let's go.
So that is PsychoMantis defeated. And that is... the first time you play it through, that is probably the most fun part of this game. Figuring out the little puzzle of how to defeat him. I'm not spoiling that. Now, after you've done it once, after you know the solution to the puzzle, it's not anything exceptionally exciting. But it does have this cool track, which really changes the way you need to hit him, either being in columns or rows. He messes around with your focus tokens quite a lot. So he's very fun in that way, and he kind of feels very appropriate to the character from the video game, that he's kind of using all these psychic powers to mess with you and mess up your focus and all that kind of thing. So yeah, really good stage, that one. Really happy with how that was designed. Probably one of my favourites on the first playthrough. Maybe not so much on the second, but it's still good. And then for beating him, we unlock equipment card 13, which is card key level 3. Use unlock a door up to level 3 in your space, then discard this card. So it's a one-use card to get to a level 3 security door, which that might come in handy later, who knows. And that is it for this episode. That is another stage complete, and so Snake and Meryl will move on in their quest to defeat Metal Gear. So Snake is going to call Mei Ling and save his progress, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
What can I do for you, Snake?
Okay, so here's the big spoiler section. Okay, so spoilers, be aware. This is going to spoil the little puzzle for PsychoMantis for you. If you plan on playing this game and you don't want this spoiled, don't watch this. I actually recommend, if you have any inkling to get this game, don't watch this and don't look up any spoilers, because this is the most fun part of Mantis's battle. It's what makes it so much fun. Without it, he's really kind of a generic boss. So let's get on with it, shall we? So here is Mantis's dashboard. We've got his defense of 12. We've got all these codec numbers you can call. Everything looks useless. Everything looks hopeless. Then we have Mantis's boss deck. So his It's Useless I Told You ability, the important thing here to remember is it tells you every time you attack him, you draw one of these cards. And when you draw these cards, and this is where Mantis is at his most tough, because you can't hurt him, but his reactions are going to keep popping up. Okay, if the attack, so for example, you've got Confusion, he's going to, what does he do there? So it forces you to dash. You attack him again, you still can't do any damage, but you draw another card. Okay, Weaken Psyche. You attack him again, and this can go on. And of course, he's going to have his own turn as well. So he might do his Psychic Blast, you might get his Mind Blast reaction. And we get this video. And then you get a little codec number down here. So we can look up codec 02.08 if we're unsure. But if you're astute enough, you will notice straight away, if we turn it upside down, we get a codec number, 03.11. So we need our codec book. So first we're going to look at 02.08 and see what that says. And then we'll look at 03.11. And remember, none of this costs you an action. You can do all this freely. So if we look at 02.08, I'm going to blank out the rest of this. We've got Meryl telling us, Snake, it looks like someone is sending a coded burst transmission, but I can't decipher the frequency. There might be some clues on this card. If you're having trouble, contact me at 02.13. So the great thing about this puzzle is if you're really not good at puzzles or you really don't like them, then as long as you call Meryl on that frequency and get that first hint, you will be able to go to other codec frequencies where Meryl will basically solve the puzzle for you. So you can still do this. It doesn't require you to solve the puzzle yourself. Okay, so now we'll look at 03.11. So now, when we call that codec number, we get a message from Grey Fox, the cyborg ninja, telling us, Snake, PsychoMantis is manipulating your mind, but there may be a way to stop him. It's you again. Why are you helping me? No time to explain. I need you to listen carefully. Look at the back of your and Meryl's player dashboards. Mantis is hiding his weakness in places he thinks you would never look. There are 3 clues there. Hurry, Snake. So with that message, we now know, even if you're playing this solo with just Snake, we need Snake and Meryl's dashboard. So let's look at the back of Snake's first. Okay, so we're looking for 3 clues on here. Have you seen them? So first, we want to look at the back of Meryl's dashboard as well. Okay, so there's some curious things on here. We've got what looks to be numbers down here. We've got a number there, and we've got this underlined in bold and red. Those stand out on these dashboards. So the first thing we want to do is on Snake's dashboard, we see this same sequence down here. So we turn Snake's dashboard upside down, and we put it together with Meryl. And we've got a codec frequency of 03.12, and then we've got pages 17, 12, 18, and 14. Let's look up codec frequency 03.12. Okay, then we've got Snake. There's another clue. This one is trickier. Do you see it? Snake, Meryl is already working on deciphering it. If you need a hint, you can contact Meryl at 06.10. Okay, so that's just going to help take us to Meryl taking us through the solution. But we have those page numbers. That's our clue. Pages 17, 12, 18, and 14. Then if we take the cards and place them this way, we've got 03.06. So Then we've got another clue. Snake, do you see anything that looks like a hidden message? If you need a hint, you can contact Meryl to help you decipher it. Contact her at 07.03. So what looks like the clue is in here? Well, when we line it up, we can see written in bold, and the text is in red. Now what do we have up here? Key to the future lies in the past. And we have another codec frequency, 03.01. Snake, it looks like there's a clue here. Look for a hidden message. If you're having trouble finding it, contact Meryl. Data processing is one of her specialties. She can help you decipher the message. There appears to be other messages hidden in your backstories. See if you can find them. So what we've learned from this is we're looking for things written in bold, and the key to the future lies in the past. And we've got pages 17, 12, 18, and 14. So what is our past? Our past is our previous stages. So now we're going to look in the campaign book at pages 17, 12, 18, and 14. And if you notice, these aren't written in numerical order. So let's go to them in the order it tells us. So first is page 17. Which was our battle with Ocelot. And if we look at the page, we can see written in bold and red is this word here. Insert. Page 12. Okay, we look at page 12, and straight away we can see written in bold this word here. Under. Then we have page 18 next. So we go to page 18, which was our tank battle. And we can immediately see the word here, the. And then lastly, we have 14. And again, written in bold, look. So we have insert the under look. So we take those words, rearrange them, and we have the phrase look under the insert. What's the insert? Well, the insert is, of course, referring to the insert in our game box. This plastic insert that holds all our components. So we'll take this out and we'll look underneath, and we find nothing. A completely empty box. Well, it doesn't say look in the box under the insert, it says look under the insert. So let's take a look under the... Oops. Yeah, you might want to think before you do this. Oh dear. Well, that's going to require some cleaning up. And underneath the insert we have this envelope that says do not remove, PM. PM, PsychoMantis. And this is stuck down. You can rip this off if you like, but I'm going to leave it there. So PsychoMantis has been hiding components under our game. So we open this envelope and we take out a new player dashboard, which is PsychoMantis' VR version, which looks, if we look at our old one, the codec frequency is the same. So let's look at the other side. And now we see exactly the same, except for two differences. His defense is 4, and the codec frequency down here is 05.09, whereas on the original it was 02.02. So let's look up this codec frequency. You did it, Snake. You can fight Mantis on your terms. Replace and store away the current Mantis board. Remove the 03.14 card from the game. Remove all damage tokens and start a new player phase. So as soon as you've solved this puzzle, the great thing is, as long as you go to this codec and don't just make the assumption that you're going to use this instead, you will heal all damage that Mantis has done to you, because you won't have done any to him, and it will immediately go on to your turn. That is how we reduce Mantis' defense down to 4 and make him beatable. But we've got this. Replace and store away the current Mantis pod. Remove the zero... What's the 03.14 card? Because the card that gave us this hint was 03.11. So, when I did this, I looked through all of the components in the game that I'd unlocked, at least, up to this point, thinking, what is the 03.14 card? How do I remove that from the game? In the end, I couldn't find anything. So, I decided I'm just going to look at this codec entry of 03.14. I know I shouldn't, but maybe it'll give me a hint of what needs to be removed from the game. We go to 03.14, and we get a message from Mailing saying, Snake, you shouldn't be here. There are no game components that would bring you to this codec entry. Like Shakespeare said, naught's had, all is spent, where our desire is got without content. You shouldn't look in the codec reference without a codec number, hoping to find secrets. You could end up reading something that might spoil the story for you. Be careful, Snake. So that's kind of a little cheeky Easter egg from the designers there, saying, don't go looking through this book without reason. Okay, and that is it. That is how you solve the puzzle for PsychoMantis, and that is, honestly, I think that's one of the most fun parts of this game. I absolutely loved doing that the first time I played this through, and if you've watched this and you're still planning on playing the game, then, well, you've just kind of spoiled it for yourself. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but that's it, that's how you do it. I felt obliged to show you how to do that, just in case you can't get this game or you just don't care for puzzles. It's all solvable through the codec book without actually having to look anything up yourself if you're really struggling. But anyway, that's enough of that. And now this is the real end of the video, so I hope to see you in the next one, and bye.